Welcome back to Daytime. Okay, so Father's Day is around the corner, and when we think about Father's Day, I think a couple of things that might come to mind: wrestling and beer. Why not put those three things together and throw in the word tours? Why not? Yeah. With us right now, Bradley Campeau, founder of Brew Donkey Tours.
Yes.
I knew I wasn't going to get that right. And then Sean Mallard is here as well. You are a podcast. You have a podcast which is called Hops and Elbow Drops. Okay, I love that all this is together, and I'm like tongue-tied already. All right?
So much to remember.
I know, it's phenomenal. So, Brew Donkey Tours. I think of myself as knowing pretty much a whole lot about Ottawa. How did I not know about this? Tell me about it.
Well, Ottawa's a big city, and people are doing a lot of amazing things out there. But, you know, we've been running for 4 years, and until you see our bus drive by, you might not know we exist.
Okay, so what's the bus look like?
Well, we've got some footage of it. I hope you guys are showing it.
Oh, for sure we will.
The bus is a bright cream and brown colored bus.
Look at
the
that.
front is snub nose, so it's an older bus.
Old fashioned.
Vintage vehicle. The interior we changed up to add some tables, booth seating, as well as a selfie booth.
Oh, fun. Because, you know, I mean, it's all, yeah, you have to have
the young
one of those.
kids, right?
Very cool. So, now we've got a bus.
Yep.
We know it's called Brew Donkey Tours.
Yes.
I'd love to know where that comes from, by the way.
Well, we'll get into that,
okay,
for sure.
we'll get into that later. And then what do you do?
So,
what's all the touring about?
Every weekend, all year round, we fill buses and drive people to local beer. It's like we literally drive you to drink. So our tours...
My son says that of me. Okay, no, never mind.
So every weekend, they're on our website. There's a complete schedule.
Really?
And you book a ticket, 1 ticket, 2 ticket, 5 tickets.
But you're not drinking on the bus?
We're bringing people to beer.
You're bringing them to beer?
We're bringing them to beer.
Safely, because they're in a vehicle now, and they don't have to worry about driving.
Absolutely,
like that.
yeah. So our pickup locations for all of these tours, once you book them online, it'll tell you where. But easy, one is in Hintonburg, and one is in the Glebe.
Okay.
And with those tours, all of the tours go to breweries. People that make beer, people that get you excited about the beer they make. That's what we do. And when you get there,
local stuff too.
Always local.
Beautiful,
always local.
Even better.
And with those tours, when we first started, it was just breweries. And then we decided to add things in to get people excited and bring in more people to the idea of craft beer. And that's where we came up with the collaboration series.
Okay, and then that's where you come into
Absolutely.
play. So we're collaborating with Hops and Elbow Drops. And how did that happen?
Yeah, so my roommate from university and I, we got together. He got really into wrestling about like 6 months ago, and he's the one kind of guy who jumps right into something he's really into.
Okay.
And I work in the craft brewing industry, and I'm really into beer. So we decided to do a podcast. We've been mulling over what kind of podcast to do forever, and so we decided on Hops and Elbow Drops, a podcast where we watch wrestling, we drink beer at the same time, and we talk about it with everyone, and we on the podcast.
Okay, now that's a fun job right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's an awesome time, and we get to hang out with each other, drink beer, and watch wrestling, and it's pretty awesome. So
okay,
and
so
that was the inspiration for one of our tours we're doing this weekend.
Okay,
it's called Hops and Elbow Drops, named after this podcast.
Yes.
Great name. I couldn't have come up with it myself. No. They did that.
That's phenomenal.
But we got a graphic designer to make up a little token, and we're hoping to do it 3 times a year, but this weekend is the first time we do it.
Okay.
And it's on Father's Day weekend.
Which is perfect.
Absolutely.
So how is it going to be a little bit different? What does the combination of the two of you, what does that bring?
So when we do collaborations, we like to bring in local community groups or local interest groups like them and local events. So we're going to go to 2 breweries where we're going to do what we do, which is get people excited about the beer. And then right before we get to the wrestling match, we're going to bring Sean and Alex up to tell us about what we're going to see. Generally, it's going to be guys in face masks, spandex, whipping chairs at each other, just like the WWE was way back in the 80s.
Oh my God, that's very cool.
And so we're going to have him talk about that en route to the stuff.
So in the bus, there's some fun stuff happening. You're not just sitting around.
It's not OC Transpo. This is Brew Donkey. We are going there
in style.
In style, with some fun, some excitement.
So really cool. And so so you get to a spot. You're going to do the breweries, and then there's going to be a wrestling match somewhere.
Yeah.
Vanier. Where does that happen?
So it's in Vanier. It's C4 Wrestling is the name of the company. Ottawa's actually had a really long history of wrestling in the city since like the 1930s and beyond. Before that, because of the tie-in between Hull and Ottawa, it's actually Quebec has a huge wrestling background, and so it's tied into Ottawa. And so now like C4 is kind of Ottawa's newest approach at introducing wrestling. It's more smaller names, but these people are amazing performers. They're extremely talented athletes, and going to see these people do what they do is amazing. So,
and then when you're done, so you're watching the fun show, you get back on the bus and go back to where your car is.
You get dropped back off to where you got dropped off by public transportation.
Of course.
Because you don't want to drive home after a brewery tour.
No, you're right.
So that event almost always sells out. And so we've got like 11 tickets left for this weekend. So there's 11 left.
Okay, so what's the website? Let's talk about that. BrewDonkey.ca?
Yep, BrewDonkey.ca.
Donkey.
Yeah.
And it's donkey.
Donkey, yes.
Okay, because it's easier than mule.
Yes, yeah. You don't want to have to say brew mule for the rest of your life. Okay. So the other thing we have this weekend is the Red Bull Rallycross racing. So Red Bull's bringing rally cars to Ottawa.
What's a rally car for someone like me?
Rally, so you've seen them like booting around in the middle of the desert, rally touring cars.
No way.
Like souped up like VWs cruising around the Aviation and Space Museum.
No way.
Yeah. And so we've got
there's a lot of land over that area.
Lots of space for cars to potentially get very fast.
Very
so
cool.
those tickets, there's Saturday and Sunday. There's still tickets left.
Okay, so again, Father's Day weekend.
Father's Day weekend.
What a great gift.
Cars, wrestling,
beer.
everything,
Come
beer.
on.
And the beauty of these tours that we've done with the Red Bull Rallycross, we've rolled in a ticket that's normally $75. We've included a meal, we've included 2 breweries, and transportation out to the Aviation and Space Museum for $110. $100 if you use the discount code that's on these cards.
That's really fabulous.
And so that tour itself has 20 tickets left on Sunday and 12 left on Saturday.
So how long of an event is that, let's say? So you may know this already, obviously, but start time with the fun and the meals and the driving, and then the rally cars, and then I'm back again.
About 6 or 7 hours. We're spending 4 hours at the race, though.
Fun. So it's a whole day thing, but they're not all like that.
No, some of them we have short 4-hour express tours.
Nice.
And those 4-hour express tours, usually we spend about 45 minutes to an hour at every brewery.
And this is year-round. It's not
all year
just,
round.
summertime, springtime. It's like all year round.
In the winter, people are stuck on their couches. We don't compete in the winter with backyards, barbecue, lakes, cottages, pools.
Yes.
We're only competing with going outside into the snow. So people can do quite a bit of
the bus is probably already warm when you get up on it.
No, it's always warm. We do our best.
Okay, you know what? I love it. We haven't even talked about what's on the table, but we are literally almost out of time. BrewDonkey.ca. Gotta do that. Love. Is that the best sound in the world? All right, that's where you can get all the information. What's coming up? There's more stuff coming later on in the year, so you can check that out as well. And get your tickets. And have some fun. Father's Day or not. Let's have some fun.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for joining us. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about, cheers, we're going to talk about meal share. Is it too early for this? It's never too early. Cheers, boys. All right, stay with us. You're watching Daytime on Rogers TV. Okay.